Okay, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our first session in CAPSTONE for you, my dear grade 12 students, grade 12 STEM. Today, we're going to talk about mathematical investigation, specifically the why and what part. Meaning, we're going to discuss why mathematical investigation, why not the typical qualitative and quantitative research. So, I'll leave that question hanging first. Later on, we'll discuss it further. And also, we'll discuss that what part which includes the definition of a mathematical investigation and modeling. For now, please have your paper and ball pen ready because later on you'll be having an activity that requires simple solution. So today, after this session, you'll expected to identify the reasons why you need to study mathematical investigation. And you're expected to appreciate the main purpose of this type of research project. You're also expected to be familiarized with the definition of mathematical investigation and modeling, and be familiarized on some of the mathematical situations that may lead to mathematical investigation. So let's start with this Christmas tree analogy. I want you to participate, okay? So you chat or you open your mic and you answer which of the following or the illustrated tree, which do you think is a Christmas tree? Anyone? Yes, Wilmer? The first one? Illustration? Okay, number two. So the answer of Wilmer is illustration number two. How about the others? Come on. Which do you think is a Christmas tree? Um, no correct answer or no wrong answer in this part. So there will be no wrong answers. For you, which of the following tree is a Christmas tree? You may chat your comments or your answers if you are okay. So Justin, number three daw. So yung may bunga. Ednalyn, number two, yung sa gitna. Okay. So Christelle, number two. Rain, number one. RG, number two, yung sa gitna. Same with Wilmer. So, number two, yung nasa gitna, yun yung Christmas tree. Okay, anyone would like to answer? Okay, Ronel, number two then. How about the others? Lahat, Christmas tree. Okay, I like that answer. And Marlu, one and two, Christmas tree then. And Risa, number two. Okay, thank you very much for those answers. Here are the interpretations. If you chose the first one, this one, kung nakikita niyo yung ano, yung drawing, yung clip art na Christmas tree, you're likely a shallow thinker. Ibig sabihin, mababaw ka mag-isip. You know what a Christmas tree is, alam mo kung ano yung Christmas tree, but you think very basic. So, ibig sabihin, pang elementary, kung ipapakita mo sa elementary student or pupil ito, sasabihin nila, yes ma'am, Christmas tree po yan. Next, the second one, which is at the middle, in the middle picture. So if you chose the second or the middle tree, you're an average thinker. You have a knowledge, but you don't think outside the box. So, kung ano na nakikita mo, you interpret what you see. Next, if you chose the third tree, which is, you know, a mango tree, because it has fruits hanging, you look some situations or things very differently from a usual scenario. So, sino yung sumagot ng number three? Si Justin yata. And yung lahat, si Raymond. So, you have knowledge of the basics, but you tend to change the framework of a certain situation every time you think, and you think more advanced than others. Congratulations to those who chose tree number three. Okay, so let's move on. So one of the target of the teachers when they are teaching math is to always give a word problem to their students to let them think and develop their critical and creative thinking skills. So wala yatang grade level na hindi nag word problems, 'di ba? Because the teachers aim for you to think critically, think deeper, to think creatively so that you will develop your problem solving thinking skills. According to uh, George Polya is the father of the problem solving in mathematics education. Problem solving is a process of finding a way around the difficulty, around an obstacle, and finding a solution to problem that is known. So, hindi ibig sabihin na problem solving, word problems lang na nakikita mo sa libro. Hindi. It may pertain to a situation wherein you are encountering difficulty, and then you find a solution for that certain situation that is already problem solving. Now, let's take this example. Find the perimeter of this rectangle. So it has a width of 3 units and a length of 3 units. So I'm sure this one you have encountered already in your elementary days, right? So simple problem in finding the perimeter of a rectangle. But did you know that solving that type of problem in a very traditional way makes you a novice or a basic thinker? Of course, you have a different level of thinking. Nowadays, I am expecting every one of you that your way of thinking is like on the average and an expert level already. So, what am I trying to point out is that we thought that word problems are the most difficult or challenging tasks that our teachers gave us. But wait, there's more. There is what we call mathematical investigations. Now that you are in the senior high school, I think that you are already ready to be an expert level or to be an expert when it comes to thinking. So I want you to get out of your comfort zone and start to explore. How? By mathematical investigation. A mathematical investigation is the systematic exploration of open situations that have mathematical features that is came from Bastow, Hughes, Kisane, Marklock, and Randall in the year 2010. So the open-endedness of mathematical investigation widens your ingenuity and mathematical horizon. So can you see the two boxes with two distinct problems? Try to compare two situations. Which do you think will let you think more? Is it find the perimeter of the rectangle with the width of 3 units and the length of 10 units? Or in the second box, which contains construct two rectangles with the perimeter of 26? So which of the two situations will give you more thinking or will let you think outside the box? Problem number two, correct, Wilmer? So thank you very much for that response. So problem number two, of course, if you are asked to construct two rectangles with a perimeter of 26, of course, you're going to think, how long will be the length of that rectangle and how long will be the width? Instead of giving or the given is already there, drawn, the illustration is already there, it is very easy for a student for you or in your level for you to find the perimeter already. But on the other hand, if the perimeter is given and you are going to find how long will be the width and the length, that's another situation that requires a deeper understanding and you may use your critical and creative thinking in analyzing the problem. So a mathematical investigate, you can use mathematical investigation in solving that. Next, how about this one? We have this mathematical puzzle. So we have a box here, and 8 plus 2, and then blank yung ones digit niya over equals, blank yung dalawa, and then 6. So these are the ways, or this will be the uh, task. Fill in the missing digits. So, you are level 1 if you can tell me, I can find a way. Ibig sabihin, kaya ko po sagutin yan. Level 1 ka nun. But, you are level 2 thinker if sasabihin mo sa akin, I can find different ways. Ibig sabihin, hindi lang po isa ang kaya kong ibigay na paraan para masolve ko yung puzzle na yan. But, in level 3, I know how many ways there are. See the difference? Hindi niya sinabing, alam ko yung mga ways. Ang sinabi niya, I know how many ways. Ibig sabihin, hindi lang isa, hindi lang dalawa, hindi lang tatlo, kundi alam niya lahat yung mga ways kung paano i-solve itong puzzle na to. Did you get the difference? Okay. So that's how mathematical investigation works. How about this one? Explore. So there are, in this illustration, we can see that there are 6 triangles and 0 leftovers. Actually, in this case, in this scenario, we the side of the rectangles, the side of the triangles are actually matchsticks. Okay, so binuo lang nila into triangles. That's why in the first one, in the level 1 thinking, there are 6 triangles and 0 leftover. So sabi nung novice. And in the average thinking, there are blank squares and blank leftovers. Ibig sabihin, ma'am, I can do squares and then I can count the squares and then I can also count the leftover matchstick. But in the level 3, ma'am, there are 3 blank and 3 blank. Ano ibig sabihin nun? Ang ibig sabihin, they are going to work another figure, or they are going to form another figure, and in this case they formed 3 distinct figures and 3 distinct and 3 leftover matchsticks. Naintindihan niyo yung level 3? Ibig sabihin, iba yung figure na dinrawing at alam niya kung ilan yung mabubuo at alam kagad niya kung ilan yung matitira. So hindi lang triangle at hindi lang squares, kundi ibang shape. So paano niya nakuha yon? Using mathematical investigation. So let's move on to mathematical modeling. A mathematical modeling is a process that uses mathematics or situations or statistics, mathematics to represent, analyze, make predictions, or otherwise provide insight into real-world phenomena. So that came from Guidelines for Assessment and Instruction in Mathematical Modeling Education in the year 2019. Strong mathematical modelers are not necessarily those who demonstrated high levels of mathematics achievement. That came from Cartal, Duncan, Difesdax, and Zaworjeski, 2016. So a mathematical model is quite different from mathematical investigation. They are two distinct process, okay? Huwag papalito. So iba si mathematical investigation and iba si mathematical modeling. But ma'am, can we combine them? Of course you can. And that's what you're going to do after this. So a mathematical model is a description of a system using mathematical concept and language. So a mathematical investigation is about conjecturing, finding a pattern, and proving a conjecture, while a mathematical model is more on real-life situations. So, mathematical investigation is a systematic exploration of the given situation, formulating problems out of a given situation and conjectures, and attempting to provide mathematical justifications for the conjectures. While in mathematical modeling, it is a description of a system using mathematical concepts and language. So, mathematical modeling are usually used in natural sciences such as physics, biology, earth science, chemistry, engineering, and other social sciences. So, for you to understand it further, let's have this example. A 3-hour river cruise goes 15 kilometers upstream and then back again. The river has a current of 2 kilometers an hour. What is the boat's speed and how long was the upstream journey? If you are going to just read this word problems, you're going to imagine what will be the look of the river. So, how does the river look like? Sabi dito, the river cruise goes 15 kilometer upstream. Using a modeling or an illustration, we can have this picture. So use a mathematical modeling uses mathematical process. So this is an example, okay? So can you see the blue one? The blue one represents the water or the river. And pag sinabi nating upstream, ibig sabihin pataas yung river. Ibig sabihin there is a current. So yung agos, pababa siya, of course, which has a current of 2 kilometers per hour. Ibig sabihin medyo mabilis yung current. So the distance from the boat to another point is 15 kilometers. And then, the travel time of the boat is 3 hours papunta at pabalik. Okay, now, what is the boat speed? Hinahanap dito is the boat speed and how long will be the journey. So, this is now the solution. Don't worry, I'll send this PowerPoint to you. So, there are two speeds to think about. If you are going to pass via land, we will let v be the speed of the relative to the land, that is kilometers per hour. But of course, our problem is about the river. If you're going to pass the river, let's have a representation. Let b be equal to the boat speed in the water. Did you get the representation? So, kung nasa land ka, we will represent it as v. V as in violin. But if you are going to pass through the river, we will represent it as B, because later on we will need those representations to solve for the problem. So because the river flows downstream at 2 kilometers per hour, so we will represent when going upstream, pataas, V is equal to B minus 2. Bakit B minus 2? Kasi sumasalungat yung speed ni boat dun sa current. So, marireduce ng 2 kilometers yung kanyang speed. While if you are going downstream, syempre, you are going with the flow, mas mabilis kang makakababa, plus 2 yung kanyang speed. So, mas madadagdagan yung kanyang speed kasi nga, pababa ka. Can you get my point? Now, we can turn those speeds into times using the formula time equals distance over speed. So, familiar sa inyo yan. Moving 8 kilometers at 4 kilometers per hour takes 8 divided by 4 equals 2 hours, right? And we know the total time is 3 hours. So, total time equals time upstream plus time downstream equals 3 hours. So, put all together. Total time is equal to 15 over B minus 2. B minus 2 is the, tawag doon, speed upstream. Plus 15 is the, over B plus 2, which is the travel downstream, is equal to 3 hours. Now we use our algebra skills to solve for B. So first, let's get rid of the fractions by multiplying through by the LCD, which is the quantity B minus 2 times the quantity B plus 2. So what remains is 3 times the quantity B minus 2 times the quantity B plus 2 equals 15 times the quantity B plus 2 plus 15 times the quantity B minus 2. So let's expand everything. Ibig sabihin multiply. You may use a FOIL method. So what remains is 3 times the quantity B squared minus 4. We had a difference of 2 squares here. It is equal to 15B plus 30 plus 15B minus 30. Bring everything to the left and simplify. So it will become a quadratic equation. Now solving it, it gives us B, the value of B will be negative 0.39 or 10.39 to, sorry, a negative 10.39 or positive 10.39. So, if B is equal to negative 10.39 makes no sense because we cannot have a negative value of the distance. Walang negative na distance. So, we will take the positive distance, which is positive 10.39. Now, for our answers, the boat speed is equal to 10.39 kilometers per hour. So, and so the upstream journey, substituting the value of B, B ito ha, 15 over 10.39 minus 2 is equal to 1.79 hours equals, yung papunta niya, pataas, mas matagal, it will take 1 hour and 47 minutes for the boat to go upstream, while it will take the boat 1 hour and 13 minutes if it goes downstream. So that is an example of mathematical modeling. I know it involves a lot of computations. So now let's move on with the nature and purpose of and stages in the conduct of mathematical investigations. Anyway, by the way, do you have any questions? Definition pa lang yung mga yon, wala pa yung mismong ano natin. Wala pa yung mismong topic natin. Okay, so I guess silence means none, ma'am. Okay, so let's have this one. Thinking. What is really a thinking for you? So in this part, thinking is the highest mental activity present in man. Of course, you're not alive if you're not thinking. As you start asking questions and you seek answers through investigations, you are in fact thinking. Thinking starts with a problem and ends with a solution. As A.E. Mander said, thinking is skilled work. It is not true that we are naturally endowed with the ability to think clearly and logically without learning how or without practicing. So let's have this activity. I want you to ready your paper and your ball pen. Please participate. You may write your answers. This is a very simple activity that may, I think, practice your thinking skills. Okay, let me read the situation. Crossing the bridge is the title of our activity. On a very dark night, four people wanted to cross a bridge, but they only had a torchlight. Ibig sabihin, isa lang yung kanilang ilaw, flashlight, that could brighten up the path. The bridge could only take the weight of not more than two people at any one time, and hence they needed to take turns to cross it. Ibig sabihin, two people or dalawang tao lang ang pwedeng mag-cross at a time at hindi sila pwedeng mag-cross. Ilan yung tao? Apat. Ibig sabihin, yung isa, kailangan niyang bumalik. Ito niyan yung scenario, yung conditions. The list below shows the time taken for each person to cross the bridge. Person A has a speed of 1 minute. Ibig sabihin, he can cross the bridge in just 1 minute. Person B has a speed of 2 minutes. He can cross the bridge in 2 minutes. And person C, 5 minutes. Person D is the slowest, 10 minutes. Siguro matanda ito. So if the faster person had to keep to the speed of the slower one, what is the shortest time needed for all of them to cross the bridge? Sige nga, let me see if you can guess how many minutes. What is the slowest time, okay? So, ibig sabihin, hindi lang isa ang magiging sagot dyan. So, tingnan natin, pababaan kayo ng sagot. Ilang minuto bago sila makakross lahat? Okay, anyone? So, this problem may let you think deeper and let you make a model in order for you to solve this problem. Although we have representations here, which is person A has 1 minute, person B, or the speed of person B is 2 minutes, the speed of person C is 5 minutes, and the speed of person D is 10 minutes. Paano kaya sila makaka-cross ng bridge? Siguro yung isa siya yung maghahatid, tapos babalik na naman. Siguro ganon, di ba? Okay. So, ilang minuto kaya? Ilang minuto kaya bago sila matapos? Sige nga. Any intelligent guess? Bago ko i-reveal yung sagot. Anyone? O sige, bigyan natin ng clue. Yes, Wilmer. Sandali. I'll wear my headset. Yes, Wilmer? Yes, that's okay. 15 minutes. Okay. So, how did you get 15 minutes? Okay, will you describe paano sila nag-cross ng bridge? Sino yung nauna? Okay, so si person D. So 10 minutes na yon. Yes. Okay. So they will take 10 minutes to cross. O di 10 minutes na yon. O, tapos babalik si person A plus 1 minute. O di 11 minutes na yon. Tapos sino ulit susunduin? Si 5 minutes. So plus 5, 16 na. O, paano naging 15? So babalik ulit siya 1 minute plus 1, 17. Tapos sino pa susunduin? Si 2 minutes. So plus 2 minutes, 19 minutes. Okay, so that is our first solution. So 19 minutes. Pero ang ating kinukuha dito is what is the shortest time? Thank you very much, Wilner, for that solution. So we are looking for the shortest time. So yung ating isang solution dito na una nating maiisip is 19 minutes. Kasi inuna na si pinakamabagal, which is person D, tapos si person C, and then person B. Of course, it will take, i-add nyo yung speed niya pabalik, yung 1 minute. Kaya, naging 19 minutes siya. I hope you understand that. So, let's have this solution. So, yung sinabi ni Wilmer, yung sinold namin kanina, ito yung uh, representation. So, the representation of 19 minutes, ito siya. So, una, si person A and B. It will take them 2 minutes. Tapos, babalik si A, 1 minute. Tapos, ang kukunin niya is si C. So, silang dalawa. So, si C, ang kanyang speed ay 5 minutes. So, 5 minutes ang consume nilang time. So, babalik na naman si A, 1 minute na naman. Tapos, susunduin niya yung pinakamamabagal, which is person D. So, they will take 10 minutes. Adding all of this, 2 plus 5 plus 5 plus 1 plus 10, you will have 19. But did you know there is another solution? And shorter than 19 minutes. So, this one. So, una, si A and B. Okay? So, si A and B ang magta-travel sa bridge. So, they will take 2 minutes. Next, babalik si A. So, 1 minute yon. Susundiin niya, maiiwan si A at ang aalis or ang magkocross ng bridge is si C at si D. Ibig sabihin, they will take 10 minutes. And then, babalik si B, it will take 2 minutes, and then susunduin niya si A, it will take 2 minutes. So, 2 plus 1 plus 10 plus 2 plus 2 is 17 minutes. Shorter than 19 minutes. See how clever? Diba? So, may akala mo yun yung solution, pero may ibang solution pa pala. So, ganun ang kagandahan ng mathematical investigation. You find for another solution, which is easier. You find for patterns. And also, in this part, we made use of mathematical modelings, which is drawing illustrations. Okay? So, I hope you understand that. Okay, thank you very much for that. So, na-appreciate ni Justin. Now, uh, in this semester, you need to have or produce quality research in III. So all of you, ABM, UMS, STEM, GAS, and other, the TVL strand. But for you, STEM, it is very unique. Hindi siya katulad ng qualitative and quantitative research. So, it is a capstone wherein it involves specifically mathematical and investigation and mathematical modeling. So the DOST, since we know that in this time we are in the time of pandemic, the Department of Education think of another way on how you going to conduct a research wherein you are not allowed to go out. So you don't need to go out to conduct a survey to gather data from other people, which may lead you to be exposed to other people that has COVID-19. So we cannot afford for you to have a COVID-19. So the DOST proposed dati STEM lang siya, ngayon STEAM na. So in the fields of work synergistically, uh, isinaling niya yung arts. So STEAM stands for science, science and technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. So you are going to make an investigation which has something to do with the process of mathematics investigation. While mathematics investigation is the bridge between mathematical phenomena or real life phenomena. Ibig sabihin, there are things or mathematical theories that need to be proven already, proven first. So, hindi pa sila napoprove. May mga conjectures nga and mathematical problems. Ilang years na ang nakaraan, hundreds of years na ang nakaraan, hindi pa sila na ipoprove or nakukuha ang sagot. So, in this part, you are going to make a mathematics investigation wherein it involves both mathematical phenomena and real life situation. So, pagsasamahin natin yon without going outside. So, STEAM projects will draw upon most fields. Kung papansin ninyo, pinakamarami or mostly pinakamataas ang mathematics because mathematics is the universal language. It is the language of science and technology. You can find mathematics in everywhere. Okay? So, as you can see, the level here, tools from that field, knowledge from that field, and the process. So, mathematics has the highest level. Ibig sabihin siya yung pinakamaraming gamit. So, let's take a look of this mathematician's toolshed. So, ito yung mga ginagamit when you are doing a mathematical investigations. And anyway, by the way, this illustration came from Harry Canasa. So, punta tayo dito sa supplies. In-illustrate lang niya para may associate na tools yan. Pero may mga annotations siya sa bandang dulo, which is more important. So, we have you solve a simpler related problems. Nga pala, you are going to use all of this in your journey in finishing your mathematical investigation. So, let's have this. Solve a simpler related problem. Try all possibilities. Try it into more manageable parts. Use a sum or number sentence. Seek out exceptions. Guess and check, improve. Look for and describe with a rule, a pattern. Act it out. Draw a picture or graph. Make a list or table. Work backwards. And make a model. Sabi niya dito, I can use these tools to help me solve mathematical problems. Okay, so this is the question now. Which intelligences have I used? Are you familiar with Howard Gardner's multiple intelligences? Dati 8 sila, ngayon 9 na kasi hindi. Oo, 8 pa rin sila. So meron yatang idinagdag, hindi pa ako informed doon, pero alam ko nung nag-aaral kami, 8 yung pinag-aralan namin. So in solving mathematical investigations, did I use verbal linguistic? Verbal linguistic, ibig sabihin, you are intelligent in speaking. Okay, verbally. You are very intelligent when it comes to language. Next, mathematical and logical. Definitely, you are going to use a mathematical and logical because you are going to make a mathematical investigation. Next, bodily kinesthetic. It has something to do with how you perform, how you coordinate your body, and how you move perfectly. Next, intrapersonal. Intrapersonal means you are intelligent if you know your strengths and weaknesses by yourselves. Next, interpersonal. You are intelligent. You have an interpersonal intelligence if you know how to deal with other people very easily. So you are the life of the party. You are the apple of the eye. So you know how to mingle very easily. So next, naturalistic. So you love the nature, you love animals, plants, you love every creation, a natural creation of God. Next, musical and rhythmic. Of course, it's very self-explanatory. Music, you are musically intelligent if you know how to sing, if you can if you can sing. For example, you hear a song once and then you can discover, or what do you call this, recognize the melody. Next, visual and spatial. If you can draw something, if you can sketch, that is visual, and you can appreciate art that is visual and spatial. So sabi niya dito, the more tools and intelligence I use during an investigation, the smarter I become. Ibig sabihin, people or students change. So the more you expose to difficult situations or tasks, the more you become more intelligent. So these STEAM fields are the tools that help us answer questions, solve problems, and create products. So yun nga, science and technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. So here are the examples that the vast majority of STEAM projects will draw upon more than other field. Ibig sabihin, it can be used in the other fields. For example, how much money will the school make if we cover all the roofs with solar panels? So that's another project for STEAM. What is the trend of the spread of people infected with COVID-19? Pwede yon. So using the research or using mathematics, they can really know how much the virus spread, how much is the speed or the rate of the virus of the spreading of virus, they can compute that. Next, can drones be used to look out for sharks and keep swimmers safe? So that is another field that can be associated with mathematical investigation. So what is really a mathematical investigation? It is an inquiry into a mathematical situation, the topic of which may arise from real life, which is mathematical modeling, or mathematically designed problem. So it is mathematical investigation is a bridge between the study of math and application of math to various fields. Kung makikita nyo dito, saan na ba yung, eto, so mathematical investigation is the bridge between a mathematical phenomena and mathematical real numbers. And a real life situation. So mathematical modeling ang tawag doon. So let's have these examples. Now, I want you to identify the similarities and the differences. Show that this let me read the situations. Show number one, show that the sum of the three consecutive numbers is 3 times the middle term. Number two, some numbers can be expressed as a sum of consecutive integers. For example, 11 equals 5 plus 6. 33 equals 10 plus 11 plus 12. What can you say about the two situations? How they are similar and how they differ from each other? Anyone? Okay, so I think I'll just discuss it. So 1 and 2, they are basic. You can find them in basic numbers, in basic math. So elementary algebra or elementary mathematics. So in number 1, ang sabi niya is, show that the sum of three consecutive numbers is 3 times the middle term. Number 2, declarative sentence siya. Yung isa, pautos siya eh. Yung number 2, show some numbers can be expressed as a sum of consecutive integers. For example, so nilagay yung example. Yung number 1, it is telling you that you have to show or you have to prove that the sum of three consecutive numbers is 3 times the middle term. While in number 2, it is telling you that some numbers can be expressed as a sum of two consecutive integers. Ibig sabihin, naglagay pa siya ng example. Ibig sabihin, sino sa dalawa ang open-ended? Pag sinabing open-ended, they need clarification. It may lead to another investigation or another problem. Anyone? Is it number 1 or number 2? Okay. Wait, wait, Liwe. Okay. Yes, Wilmer? Okay. What is number 2? Okay. Ano sagot mo doon? Ano siya? Okay, I understand. So, very good, Wilmer. Your answer is correct. Number 2 is an open-ended situation which will lead to another situation or problem that needs further investigation. Very good observation. How about this one? Number 3 and 4. What is the maximum number of intersection of 10 chords of a circle? That is geometry. And number 4, line or segment AB is a chord in circle P. Which of the following situation is an open-ended situation? Big sabihin, situation siya, it may lead to another problem that needs to be, that needs solution or that needs to be proven. Is it number 4 or number 3? You may comment down your answers. Number 3, another answer. 4, another answer. Huwag yung sabihin 5. Walang 5 dyan. Okay, 3, 3. So let me see your judgment. Kung sino dyan ang open-ended. Yes, Wilmer. 4. Okay. So the answer, the correct answer, the situation which is an open-ended situation is number 4. Very good. So why is that? Tingnan nyo yung number 3. Intindihin natin siya, no? Sabi niya, what is the maximum number of intersection of 10 chords of a problem, of a circle? This is one distinct problem. So, distinct na yung tinatanong niya. While in 4, it is a statement, sabi niya, segment AB is a chord in circle P. Ibig sabihin, that is a situation wherein you can draw a lot of problems from that simple situation and you need to investigate further. So the open-ended situation here is number 4. So very good. Next, number 5 and number 6. What is the maximum points of intersection of 11 distinct lines? That is number 5. And number 6, lines are drawn on a plane. So which do you think is an open-ended situation? You may type your answers. I can see them. 6, okay. Another answer? You may participate. 6, 6, 6. Okay, so I think you get the pattern. You already get the pattern. So I am very happy with that. So let's analyze. Number 5, hindi ibig sabihin question is hindi na siya open-ended ha. So pwedeng maging open-ended yung mga question. So it's so happen that our examples, yung palaging yung palaging distinct ay question. And then yung palaging open-ended ay declarative sentence sila. So number 5, sabi niya, what is the maximum points of intersection of 11 distinct lines? So napaka-precise niya. Andun kagad yung given at alam mo kagad kung ano yung problem. While in number 6, napaka-vague. Ibig sabihin malabo. Lines are drawn on a plane. So, ano na? Ano na yung problem? Hindi mo magtatanong ka, anong problem dito? So, yun ang ibig ko sabihin. So, lines are drawn on a plane. Now, I want you to get a piece of paper. So, let's have another activity. O, sige. Habang nire-ready niyo yung piece of paper nyo, let's have number 7 and 8 here. So, very good. Thank you very much for your response. Number 7 and 8, meron pa pala dito. Number 7, find the area of the shaded region. Can you see the illustration here? So, we have here a hexagon and a square. Number 8, the hexagon on the left has 9 dots on the boundary. We say this hexagon has 1 dot in the interior. We say the square has an area that is 1 square unit. Investigate. Which of these two situations is an open-ended? Number 8 or number 7? 7. Another answer? Any guess? Okay, 8. Sabi ni RJ. 8. Sabi ni Justin. Another answer? 7. Okay, sabi ni Marlu. Okay, the correct answer is the open-ended situation here is number 8. Bakit number 8? Doon pa lang, meron na siyang investigate. Okay, so sabi dito sa number 7, let's analyze. Find the area of the shaded region. Ibig sabihin, ano ang area ng shaded region? So, alam mo kaagad kung alin dito ang gagawin mo. While in here, kumbaga, bitin siya. The hexagon on the left has 9 dots on the boundary. So, ito yung hexagon, yung malaki. Hexagon is an 7-sided polygon. But in this case, ano siya, irregular polygon siya. Kaya hindi siya mukhang hexagon. So, 7-sided polygon siya. This hexagon has 1 dot in the interior. Ito yun. Kumbaga, dinescribe niya siya. We say, the square has an area of 1 square unit. Ito yun. So, investigate. So, ano? Ano yun? Hindi ko naintindihan. Ibig sabihin, we need to further investigate. So, number 8 is an open-ended situation. I hope you get that. Kasi, from these examples, you are going to make open-ended situations also in your task. So, problem-solving activity, it is an activity involving a clearly defined goal, result, but the solution or line of attack is not readily apparent. The student make decisions on the method of solution. So, let's have these illustrations here. We have a situation or a problem, and then you're going to think various strategy in order for you to solve the situation. Like number 1, number 3, number 5, and number 7. Those are types of problem solving or worded problems. So, you think of various strategies that you may have so that you can solve that particular problem solving or that particular problem. So, next, at eto na. You get your paper and your ball pen. So, this is an example. This is an activity. So, learning by doing. I want you to draw a plane. Ready? Ready na kayo? Sige, you draw a plane. Pagkatapos ito, open ano tayo, camera. Pakita nyo sa akin kung anong ginawa nyo. So, you draw a plane. Hindi aeroplano, ha? Plane, ibig sabihin, any polygon that has two-dimensional. That is two-dimensional. It has a width and a length. So, pwedeng square, pwedeng rectangle, pwedeng triangle. So, mostly plane yung mga yon. Two-dimensional lang sila. So, kung napapansin nyo, ito ano to? Example natin, number 6. Doon sa mga naunang example. Now, draw one line out of that or in that certain plane. Draw a line. Isa. Nakapag-drawing na ba? Next, draw another line. Next, draw another line. Sige, hanggang sa maging 6. Mag-drawing ka ng 6 na line dun sa plane. Pwedeng nasa loob yan, pwedeng nasa labas ng plane. Okay, now open your camera. Let me see what you did. Di pa ba tapos? Okay, let me see. Ano nyo lang? Picture. Okay, so Wilmer, drone. Okay, so parallel lines yung sa kanila. Okay, parallel lines yung ano, halos yung din drawing. Okay, thank you very much. Ay, wait. Nawala ako. Wait lang ha, magjo-join ako ulit. Okay, nawala ako. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, nakita ko. Intersecting lines yung kay Ednalie. Nawala ako. Okay, so very good yung mga ginawa nyo. So, let's now have your observations. What observations did you observe? What observations did you have? Sige nga, pwede nyo i-type. Ano yung nilagay nyo? Ano itsura ng drawing nyo? Okay, bahay. So, nakapag-drawing si Raymond ng bahay. Another? Again, Wilmer? Okay, thank you very much. How about the others? Okay, nakapag-drawing daw ng bahay si RJ. So, let's have the observations. I-review natin yung geometry nyo. So, siguro, tama yung yung observations nyo. So, na-divide si plane, ibig sabihin, nung nag-drawing ka ng line, na-divide si plane into several parts. So, very good yung observations nyo. Tapos, lines may intersect the plane. Ibig sabihin, pwede rin pala mag-intersect yung lines sa plane. So, wala naman siyang restrictions na hindi pwedeng mag-intersect. Next, polygons are formed. So, nung nag-drawing ka ng line sa loob ng plane, may nabuo na polygon or shapes. Tapos, lines are coplanar. Of course, ibig sabihin ng lines are coplanar, nasa loob ng iisang plane. Kumbaga, yung mga lines, nasa loob sila ng iisang plane. Kaya, coplanar. Next, points on the line are collinear. So, if you draw lines that are intersecting, kumbaga, nag-cross sila. So, they form an intersection. So, ibig sabihin, collinear yung mga points. Or, kumbaga, nag-drawing ka ng isang line, tapos pinatungan mo pa ng isang line, collinear yung mga points nun. Okay? Next, lines intersect. So, intersecting, ibig sabihin, nag-meet sila sa isang certain point. Next, if lines are distinct, they intersect, and if they are not, they are all common. Ibig sabihin, kung distinct yung mga lines, nag-i-intersect sila. And then, kung hindi sila distinct, therefore, hindi sila nag-intersect. Okay, so, from that situation, ito yung situation natin, di ba? Number 6 siya. Lines are drawn on a plane, investigate what occurs. So, nakabuo tayo ng tatlong tanong. So, ito yung mga tanong na to. What will be the maximum number of regions formed by n distinct lines? Ibig sabihin, n is the number of lines. Ilan daw yung maximum number na nabuo, maximum number of regions na nabuo out of dun sa pagdodrawing nyo ng line. Next, what kind of polygons are formed by n intersecting lines? Ano yung mga nabuong polygon out of those intersection ng mga lines na dinrawing nyo? Tapos, what is the maximum points of intersection of n distinct lines? So, ilan daw yung pinakamaraming o maximum points na nabuo dun sa intersection ng mga lines? Tingnan nyo ito This is our example 6. It is an open-ended situation. So, sabi, lines are drawn on a plane, di ba? Example natin yan. And then, ginawa nyo siya. Dinrawing nyo siya. And then, nagkaroon tayo ng observation. Tapos, out of that observation, we formulate questions or problems. Ito yung sinasabi ko. From a given situation, you can formulate a lot of problems that may arise as you formulate or as you draw the model. Naintindihan niyo ako? So, as you draw the illustration. So, we have 3 distinct questions here. Alin sa tingin niyo yung pinakamahirap? Yung first, second, o third? Alin sa tingin niyo? First question, second question. Yes, Wilmer? Okay. So, number 1, sabi, what will be the maximum number of regions? So, di ba pare-pareho kayo ng number of lines? So, ibig sabihin, kaya nyong bilangin yung, tama naman, depende sa kaya lang dito, kaya nyong bilangin yung number of regions na mabubuo. And number 2, what kind of polygons are formed? Very obvious, nakikita mo kagad kung anong klaseng polygon ang mabubuo. While in number 3, or yung the third one, what is the maximum points? Since points yan, marami, ibig sabihin. So, yung mga dinrawing nyo kasi, hindi sila nag-i-intersect. So, yung kay Ednalyn lang yata yung nakita ko na meron silang isang intersection. So, in this part, we will take number 3. So, siya i-example natin. What is the maximum points of intersection of n distinct lines? Pag kasi nag-drawing ka ng mga lines na kung saan hindi mo in-align sila, hindi mo sila dinrawing ng naka-align or ng naka-parallel, dinrawing mo sila basta-basta kung paano lang yung stroke mo, so, magkakaroon tayo ng iba't ibang klaseng intersection. So, ngayon, kung magdo-drawing ka ng 6 na lines. Okay, sige. Another task. Get your paper and your ball pen. You're going to draw 6 lines. Ilan kaya yung maximum na number na pwedeng mag-intersect silang lahat? Dapat mag-i-intersect sila palagi. Hindi yung, wag nyo silang iiwasan. So, dapat mag-intersect. Kunwari, nag-drawing ka ng isa, tapos dalawa, nag-intersect. Tapos, sa pangatlong line, i-intersect mo dapat yung dalawa. Para mabilang natin kung ilan yung maximum intersection of points kapag 6 na yung lines na dinrawing nyo. Sige nga, I'll give you 1 minute. So, 6 lines ang gagawin ninyo. So, okay, so you draw 6 lines, dapat nag-i-intersect sila lahat, tapos bilangin nyo yung point of intersection. Naintindihan ba yung instruction? Okay, so I think nakapag-drawing na ba? Let me see. Okay, so si Albert draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Siguro okay, kahit wala sa plane, dapat yung inyong, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dapat pagka nag-drawing kayo ng una, okay, yung kay Cristel siya yata. Patingin nga ng ibang gawa nyo. Okay, so si Jeremy, ginawa niyang parallel yung 4, and then yung dalawa is naka-intersect. Okay, very good. Yes, Albert, sandali. Albert? Hindi siya tuloy-tuloy. Basta lang siya.